All right, Leo and Aquarius fixed sign. So we have fixed fire. So fixed fire has direction. Fixed fire knows what they're trying to accomplish. And sometimes fixed fire can use people to help them, and sometimes they don't. Like, Leo energy doesn't, though they can benefit a lot, they benefit a lot of social gatherings from other people's energy. They don't really need it. That's why they're known to sometimes be leaders. And you have fixed air. Well, fixed air, you now have logic and thought that is kind of locked in with Aquarius. And Aquarius is more so things are going to happen this way because I believe they're going to happen this way, right? And so those two energies together, you can sometimes see with people who have this in their chart or just people in relationships. Like there's a common link between Aquarius and Leo where both care about the collective or people. Now, Leo might do it in a more social sense. Leos are very, now again, some people have different experiences. For the most part, like they're very, a lot of them can be very positive influences in social settings. Leo wants everyone to have fun. Leo sometimes can have too much fun, but Leo wants everyone to laugh. They want people to have fun. There's this really cheerful like energy to a lot of Leos. Now, the negative side of Leo, of course, can be the, being egotistical, having too much pride. Because Leo really does value themselves very highly. This is not a sign that has issues with self-esteem typically, not at all. They're the fifth sign. So, sorry, the fifth. Fifth sign, sorry. Fifth sign. So what that means in their, in the makeup of things, like this is the sign where we're now inviting the, other people in our process. It's the most, we had Gemini a little bit with the social, but then we have Leo, where now we're learning about how to take our leadership. So this is the second fire sign of the zodiac is Leo. So we had Aries, and Aries was trying to just go for it. They're independent. Now we have Leo, who's able to take people along for the ride. We have Leo, who's able to be a leader. Leo, who's able to shine light on situations. Okay, Leo, who can bring creativity to a situation and exert that energy out. Okay, we have other signs that are creative. But Leo is the one that exerts it and shows it and does different things in order to get that out to the people, and then you have Aquarius. And so Aquarius is not as cheerful as Leo energy. Aquarius energy is very different, where they're also entertaining groups, but doing it more in a very logical sense. They're kind of like the critic. Aquarius might be the intellectual. Aquarius might be the writer. Aquarius is the one in the group who has wants to talk about like philosophy, or they want to talk about the way where society is heading, or they're the one who has very different hobbies, because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus and Saturn. So that's a whole different thing there, how that energy works out, because Aquarius is interesting where they can think outside the box because they're ruled by Uranus, but they also have Saturn energy, and Saturn energy is that kind of more strict, that very, routine, that very, not methodical, maybe say methodical, but like Saturn energy, Capricorn energy can be very just like, this is how it is. So they can be authoritative. So Aquarius sometimes can be good leaders as well. Now the difference is Leo is here to learn how to express themselves. All right, Leo people, you Leo in your chart, wherever Leo is in your chart, that's where you're supposed to express yourself. If you have Moon in Leo, you need to express your emotions. You're going to feel the need to do that. If you have Mars in Leo, you're going to have to do things in a creative way. You do things in an open way like a Leo. Doesn't mean become a Leo, right? You have Mercury in Leo. You're going to need to be creative in the way that you communicate, in the way that you think, in the way that you write, in the way that you produce, information for others, whatever the case may be, right? Whereas Aquarius is about the collective. Remember, Aquarius is also linked to the humanitarian. Aquarius is linked to friendship. I think it's interesting because I don't think Aquarius's link to friendship is the same as like Libra, where it's about relating, and Cancer, where they can really care. They really care about what's going on with you. I think with Aquarius, it's more so their ability to relate to society and through their thoughts, through wanting to revolutionize things. That's where that Uranus energy comes in, because a lot of times you notice Aquarius people have unique ideas. Like they'll suggest something different where everybody else is doing the same thing they've always done. Aquarius is the one like, well, why can't we just try this? And the interesting thing is Aquarius is the one to do it. because Aquarius has Uranus and Saturn energy. So they can bring up a new idea that nobody's done before and have the Saturn energy, which Saturn's about getting things done, harsh lessons, and enduring things. And so Aquarius can be really good at that. Now, the problem sometimes with that energy, or those energies with, Aquarius and Leo, is ability to see beyond what they believe is right sometimes can be really hard for both signs. Leo is so prideful about their thoughts and their beliefs and how they're doing things. And sometimes they can be short-sighted. Leo is not the detail-oriented sign. Now, you do have detail-oriented Leos. I know Leos who have Mercury in Virgo, and they're very detail-oriented because their Mercury is in Virgo. And there's different placements you can have where you are a detail-oriented Leo. But in general, the energy is not about details. It's about expression. It's about creativity, right? It's about shedding light. It's about being open. It's about fun. It's about, getting people interested. Because of that, sometimes they can miss details. Aquarius can be so obsessed with a goal or so obsessed with doing things in a way that is different, they miss the mark as well. Because Aquarius is ruled by two planets that are outer planets. Outer planets are slower than personal planets. So, when you think of the sun and the moon aren't really planets, right? They're they're considered satellites, but, well, the sun is considered a star, the moon is considered a satellite. The moon moves every 2 to 3 days, right? So, that's a different energy. Mercury moves very fast, and then from there you go Venus next, and then Mars. Then after Mars, all the other planets are slower. Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, etc. Neptune are slower planets. So Aquarius does not have the speed of maybe a Gemini, or even I would say a Virgo, because Virgo is also ruled by Mercury, or a Cancer person who could probably get things done quickly. So sometimes that can be an issue because both Leo and Aquarius can struggle with those things. They can get things done. They can be expansive. Put them in charge of something expansive. You want a nice party, if you want a good event, put Leo and Aquarius, especially together, in charge of something. All right. But how they're similar, I think both of them can have, again, creative approaches to how to do something. Also, there's not a fear there. They're not fearful people in general, right? Because Aquarius people can be very intellectual, as I said before. They're very linked to logic. Sometimes they can be overly logical and not have a lot of emotions or show emotion. Some of them, again, depends on other placements. Whereas Leo can definitely be empathetic. Leo can definitely tap into how other people are feeling, especially if they have other placements. Whereas sometimes Aquarius just comes across as just overly logical, structured. That's that Saturn energy in that. Okay. And so, I think when you're dealing with these energies, that's really important to keep in mind, is that, they're really good with ideas and things that are expansive in nature and leadership. Aquarius in leadership in terms of something intellectual. Aquarius in charge of anything that requires thought and new ideas and pushing things forward. Aquarius can be really good with getting things done without getting caught up in emotion. Some signs you can't, if something is going to emotionally trigger them, like, you can't put them in charge of that. But Aquarius is more so about, this must be done. We're going to get it done. This is how we're going to do it. And, with Leo, they're not fearful as well. Go forth. Leos can be really good leaders, whereas Leo can be really good leading other people. Like, Leo's at the front, they're ruled by the sun. Aquarius typically need a group around them, right? Because they're associated with the collective group associations. That's why they're also known as humanitarians, because they like to revolutionize and change things for the better. So sometimes when you revolutionize something, you don't have time for emotions and details. You're like, this has to get done. This is revolutionary, right? And again, I'm not saying all of them are revolutionaries, but I'm saying, like, Aquarius is able to look at things for the greater good. Well, this works for everybody. Leo, I'm going to do it this way. And though that is great at some moments, that's where you do have to look at those energies, and sometimes you're like, they have to break it down a little bit more. Wait. How does this affect other people? Or wait, Leo, maybe there's another way to do it. But remember, these are fixed signs. So you have to be really particular in the way that you approach a fixed sign if you want them to change their mind. Aquarius, you have to use logic. Have a conversation with them. You right? Involve some of what they believe in what you want to do. And validate their intelligence. With Leo, validate their leadership. Don't question their leadership. They're very prideful. Again, I say this all the time. I love Leos. I do. You know, I've been in my chart, I have a lot of Leos that I really like. But what I'm saying is sometimes with Leo, there's a lot of pride involved in everything. Now, I know a lot of humble Leos. Actually, I don't. I know some. I don't know a lot of humble Leos. I know some humble Leos. I do. I know some that I'm like, wow, you're just, um, amazing across the board. But humility is not something all Leos have. It's not a common trait. And so what you're going to have to do is like, don't hurt their ego, but you also have to be direct sometimes with Leo and be like, hey, I'm going to acknowledge your, don't attack them, attack the issue at hand. You see what I'm saying? Because if you attack the Leo as a person, they're going to take that offensively. But if you really make it like, hey, can we talk about what's happening? And don't make it about them. Sometimes you can get farther with the Leo as well. All right. So again, this video was just the energies, the opposite signs. It is very quick. I might do another video another day about some other aspects of these guys. But yes, this is just if you have people in your life who are your opposite sign, or if you have this in your chart, how these energies might play off of each other.